Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Why is there so many of these around me? Okay, there we go. Guys that fall! Yes, Fastra. Welcome in. And welcome in that old guy. Hello! Hello, good sir. How are you? I hope you're doing good. Yeah. Hey, Stick Mom. Fastra said, am I too late? No. Guys that fall, yes. I'm grounded. I see. Well, today we're going to be doing some Fall Guys. You know how it is. Fall Guys, ranked knockout. Let's do this. Let's rank up. Time to rank up. How's the audio? Can you hear me good? I love the Amori piano. Let's go. I'm glad. All good. Thanks. Hey, it's sort of without me. Da-da. Dang it. Come on, Santa. Let the Omori music power me up. Woohoo! I did it. I did it. Isn't that awesome? My phone just fell. My tweet was liked by Fastra. I just got the notification for that, Fastra. Thank you. Hey. Nice emote. Nice emote there, Fastra. Bubble Trouble. I know this one. Once it gets to songs that I don't recognize, then I'll stop it. Because I don't want to hear the whole soundtrack. I'm gonna get all these. Hey. I want to get some. There we go. There we go. There we go. Got it. Let's go. I'm not doing this very well at all. All right. Two more. Come on. Oh, he stole it. There we go. Don't you hate when you're trying to play Love in Deep Space, but your phone keeps getting way too hot, so it's the most lag-filled gameplay you've ever experienced? Oh, Fastra, no. Why do you have a hot phone? You're just trying to see your husband's, you know. Aw, that's unfortunate. I'm assuming you already like took the case off and tried holding an ice pack against it. That's so sad. You got fish skills? What do you mean? Because I got the bubbles? You got fish skills. What does that mean? This is nice music. Faster, maybe you were onto something for the whole Omori thing. Hey, would you be down for like 2 hours of gameplay for Omori, Fastra? I could switch to Omori from Fall Guys. I thought the bubbles had fish in them. Oh, I see. I took the case off, but I didn't feel like getting up to get the ice pack. Ah, I see. I think your phone just needs to go to bed after the 12-hour drive. Yes. That was indeed quite the long drive. Let's hear it for Faster finishing that drive. That was awesome. I'm glad you made it safe as well, Faster. Very, very good to hear. Whee! Chicken. I get some people out with my chicken. Ah! Oh, karma. Get out, everyone. Ow. Not cool, man. No! Perhaps tomorrow we can do Omori? That way we can have more time and I won't be exhausted. I could fall asleep this very second. Oh, fast. I can see why you'd be so tired. I look forward to it though. Omori with you, Fastra. Now let's see if I win this. Oh wait, I'm not even in this. That's not a bad idea, actually. Imagine having to have the Tanjiro focus for driving all day. That was me. Oh, I see what you're saying. I don't really recognize this song, but it's funky. It's a funky little tune. Dizzy Heights. If you were gonna fall asleep right at this moment, Fastra, what would you... Would it be with your lights on? Oh, I know this song. Whee! Have you unpacked? Oh, Pastor said probably. Oh, Fastra. Fastra is exhausted. What did you listen to on the drive, Fastra? Oh, there's blast balls here? That's foul. I got blasted by my own ball. That didn't help at all! Got in. My freshly washed blanket smells so nice, and I just want to lay here for 10 million years. I can see why, Pastor. That sounds very nice. A freshly washed blanket. You're exhausted. You just want to lay there for 10 million years. Ooh, it's the bubble trouble again. That old guy. Fish skills. Me and my fish skills. Can you take over my shift for tomorrow? Yes. That's crazy that you have to do that right after such a long drive. Then I'll sleep in. Yes. Ow. Got it. Yes, there's one right by me. Oh no, I'm doing poor. No, Patrick! I need to get more of these things and stat. No, I wanted that. Woo, I got it. You should go to sleep soon so your body can recharge for the long shifts for tomorrow. And your brain cells can recover. Or I can just exist, Stick Mom. Oh, Pastra. You're just gonna be existing. That's cool. Just existing is cool. Snack. Kevin Alex 10. You impressed me. That guy was not very good. That was amazing. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hydrate time. Sure, I got a full bottle of water. The Swiveler. This one can be hard. There's the dastardly fan. Here we go. Whew. That was scary. Oh, I did it. That was scary. What? Dodge, dive, survive? Dodge the attacks. Oh no. I've never played this one. You're gonna get a crown on this one. All right. Ah! It's the final boss. What the heck was that? Oh! I almost did, Fastra. I almost did. I got bodied. I ranked up. go. I'll take that rank up. I know, right? So sad. If only Fascia was here, then I'd be able to do it, no problem. I can do this. I got Patrick, some noodles, skeleton, axolotl. Hey yo, axolotls. Have I discovered new tech? No, but it's cool. What's a... Yo, you can jump up on there without even... There we go. Alright, I kind of got behind by doing that. Definitely, no problem. Alright. Wee. Okay. This hammer could give me some serious mileage. And that's what happened. I think I lost. There's more than 10 people up there. No, stop. No. I missed. I'm gonna keep the stream open, but exist in a quiet space. Hope you win at least 2 crowns. Okay. Good try. It was a good try. Let's try again though. We can do better. All right, this is a good one. This is a good one. I'm gonna stay on the middle this time. I just need to turn it less. I always turn it so sharply. Woo! No, I'm usually good at that part. How could this happen? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I got it. Okay. I knew that. I had a good feeling about that one. Wait, it's not actually 9:50. I forgot since I restarted my computer, I needed to open up my time thing again. Now it'll be accurate. And it should. How is it already September 18th? That's crazy. And it's 10:49. Okay, I'll probably play till about midnight. September 18th. That's insane. Oh, are you serious? Alright. Beautiful. I almost choked that. Dang it. Ooh. Come on, I need some hoops over here. Uh-oh. No! No! Woo, I did it! A lot of people eliminated. Not me. I was doubting. Yo, it was looking grim. But I got real lucky. Oh. I saw that Thanos coming up and I was... But you did it! Yes! I did. And I just did it again. Barely. 9 remain. Castle Siege. Stay on Hex Tiles and be the last being standing. Alright, I can do that. I believe. The golden crown will be yours. Thank you. I will get it. I will try my best to get it right now. You just watch me. Watch this incredible gameplay. I'm going to stay. Oh, chickens! Wait, is this... what is that? Wind? Holy smokes! I did not see that coming. Ow. Uh-oh. This one's crazy. Ho ho ho! I thought I was dead if I fell. go. Let's go, I survived. Did I do it? I did it! I survived! Yo, I actually won. Hey, 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 hey. That's epic. That's epic right there. Beep. That one was brutal. I know, it kept, those things were flying and then the floor was disappearing. And, ooh, look at this. Look at me. Look at me. Stretching time. Ah, sure. Let me just queue up the next match first. Alright. Ooh, I got a good pop right there. Thanks for the redeem. Uh-oh. Try that again. No! They're getting bodied by the purple cones. No! You survived! No! Alright, try again. Alright, nice. Nice! Alright, one more. Ooh. I don't know this song. They did not get the cone strat. They did not. You're so right, Dadalkai. Here we go. This one's a little harder. Let's see what I do. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm in a bad spot. I'm in a bad spot. Turn off. Okay. Nice. Jump through here. Ouch. There we go. Oh, no. Nope. Let's wait for these to turn off. Jump. Wait. Jump. Cool. Get up here. Go along the sideways. Hold. And go to the middle of these two guys. I keep trying to push me. There we go. Wait here for the hovercraft. There it is. Let's get on. And dodge that. Just barely. Woo! Alright. Waiting here. Great job. Love you? There can't be love in Fall Guys. I want to find love on Fall Guys. Oh, someone grabbed me, maybe? Oh, alright, we survived the spinning bars. Now jump on here. Go across the hexagons. Wait, wait, wait. Oh, just barely survived that. That was very clutch. Alright, this guy's not in a very opportune spot. Oh, jeez, Louise. Oh, I almost grabbed onto it. No. Let's try again. Man, I got bumped one too many times. If I had been able to time my run and get around that spinning guy, I would have qualified probably. But here we are. Sadly, that was not the case. Hey, it's this one again. I always win on this one. That one's fine. Oh, bro, you're on the wrong facing walkway. Ooh. 2 Patricks. Alright, that old guy, let's try this one again. Hopefully, it won't be as close this time. No, they got the gold. I got the gold. You will be the ring. It works, that little guy. Look at me, I qualified. Pay the fee, 18. He's trying to get the gold. Oh, he got too eager. He jumped too early. Oh! No, the sumo got it. Walking around. Not seeing much. Alright, turning around here. Oh, there's one. Can we get it? Can we get it? All right, Patrick fails. And they went for a different one entirely than the one I was looking at. Got another one there. Okay. Looking around. Turn around again. Really trying to find something here, but the captain beats him to it. And he does not qualify. That is so sad. He started getting close there near the end. I thought he was going to do it. But he did not. I was the ring. That old guy. What the heck is this? Alright, this one's kind of scary. Not gonna lie. Okay. It's not so scary. Oh, they're moving now. They're alive! This is pretty nice. Wow, the bars start moving. That was... They're starting to get dicey. It ended right at the perfect time. Goop rope rodeo? Jump over the spinning slime beams and don't fall off. I will try my best. Just a walk in the park. Yeah, you saw that. I was just walking along. That went well. Oh, there's more. That's scary. Those can intersect in some sneaky ways. Holy moly. Let's go. We got another crown. We got another crown. That feels nice. Got the whole rank up right there. Contender. So that was a scary walk in the park. 2 crowns for Fastra. Yes, for Fastra. That was a... you're right, that was a scary walk in the park. But I managed to survive. I kept my cool, jumped over all the slime. Even though it got really narrow and they were shooting stuff at us and all the ground was disappearing, I still was able to do it. Cylinder, stumble. What is this? I may have played it before. I remember seeing that cat. Come on. There we go. Gotta get punched up. Wait. I can try the hammer. It worked. Hammer strat. Yeah, you like the hammer strat. Alright, this one. Let's see how I do on this one. Let's go. Did you hear the Fall Guy sound at the end? Which one? You mean at the end of that previous one? I didn't hear anything in particular, no. It went hoo hoo hoo. I see. Just like that. I'll have to listen closer next time. no, I bounced off of it. Alright, good stuff. That was not it. Okay, that was a little crazy. That was it. That was my victory right there. Down the drain. Or not. I still did it. That was nice. Oh, the Lost Temple. Let's hope I have a good intuition as to where to go. Alright, I see the crown. I'm gonna go for it. I remember listening to this back when it came out. Ah! I'm a bit left behind, everyone, don't you think? What? Where the heck is the right way to go? This way. Oh no, they're entering the crown area. Ah! No, so close. You're just giving the other players a little hope. How nice. Of course. Of course. There we go. Hey. Other way to subscribe. Other way to subscribe. The way to subscribe. Other way to subscribe. song with the Uber Blaze remix back when it came out, back when that was a thing. Thanos beatbox. I like how it sounded together. No, that was not smart. It's so weird that there's still gonna be Deltarune coming out next year. Ow. Ow. I got this in the bag, y'all. Oh, this song is the best song. Nice. Thank you. All right, I think this is the Walk in the Park. Oh, this song. One, two, three, four. Yes! We did it! W and the P. What? What does that mean? W and the P. Oh, walk in the park. I'm missing out on all the action. All the bubbles is over here. Damn, I missed both of them. And that is how it's done. Walk in the park. Stacy Joanne, welcome back. Welcome back. Thanks for the lurk. I appreciate it. Final 8, you know it. Hi, how are you? I'm pretty good. How are you, Stacy Joanne? I've gotten two crowns tonight, 2 victories in rank, so I'm pretty happy about that. One of them was actually on this game. The other one was on this other one where you have to stay aboard. Well, it's called like Final Boss. I don't know if you've heard of that one. This song kind of fits the situation. Huh. Oh, now it's super chill. I got sniped by a fruit. I'm not too bad, thank you. Hey. Ooh. SpongeBob's put on a concert. No, I know, right? You thought I had that one, right? Stacy Joanne. Got mangoed. Oh, I love this song. I got mangoed so hard. That was tense. I know, right? And then, like you said, I got mangoed at the worst time. But I think if that hadn't happened, I felt like I had that one in the bag. But it just didn't work out. Santa gets to try again. Oh, and welcome in, Stacy Joanne. The fruit to the face was not right. That's what I'm saying. Needed his 5 a day. It was just not meant to be. It was not meant to be. I can't wait to have an apple after this stream. In 30 minutes, I'm gonna have an apple. Whee! Yes, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go! That's it, that was good RNG. Oh, I missed it. That was on me. That was on me. Ah! There we go. Alright, not doing too bad so far. There we go. Got it, got it. Alright, alright. Just go here, avoid that. Go on the outer ring here. Alright, got the hammer. Smack! Alright, didn't do much, but it did something. Whee! Haha, so wholesome. Green or red? Like, which color do I like better? Maybe red. But green's really nice. Green has its own, like, right there, the green looks really nice. Whee! Exactly, that old guy. Oh, in terms of apple. I thought you meant the color. Red apple. Red apple. I like it's just so sweet and delicious. And the texture is so good. And you know, all the juice, it's great. That wasn't just a weird color question. Haha, sorry. No, you're right. I should have connected it to apples. Because I just mentioned I'm gonna eat an apple. But I thought you were just kind of doing a random poll, like dogs or cats? Uh-oh, uh-oh. Bad position. Okay, we're good. Ah! Oh! Oh! No! I almost saved that. Dogs or cats, though. I gotta say dogs because I like that you can pet them all over. Just give them scratches all over and cuddle with them in bed and stuff. But I really like cats too, but I like that aspect of dogs better. That was an oof. That was an oof. Now we got this tense music. That's fair, yeah. What about you? Dogs or cats? Track attack. Let's see what the track attack has. Bow, 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 bow. Cats always, but I do love dogs too. Nice, nice. And I've only ever had a dog. I had one growing up. I've never had a cat, but I'm a big cat appreciator. I love going over to someone's house and they have like 3 cats, and they just when they place themselves on top of you, that is amazing. Oh geez, that was not good. Stacy Joanne, look away. Cute. Have you had any pets growing up? I've had the dog. What dog? The way that they adapted that Toby Fox added this melody into it. So good. Oh man, I didn't get a notification for you going live again. Twitch hates me? Well, welcome in, Aru. Appreciate you stopping by. How are you doing? How are you? How are you doing? Aru. I'm gonna get some bubbles. I've grown up with cats my whole life, but I had a dog once, and I've had family members with dogs, so I am a big fan. That's cool. I'm glad you grew up with cats. Sounds like a very nice growing up. But I'm also glad that you've had a dog too, because that is a bit different, but good in its own way. Dang it, I missed the golden one. Ah! Got it. Whoa! Let's go over here. Ow. Got it. One more. Wait, I just need one more. I just need one more. That was scary. Aru says, doing all right. Playing the Sonic Crossworlds demo. Really, really fun. Hey, is it the one? Does that have like Joker and Hatsune Miku? I'm glad you're having fun with it. I haven't tried the demo, but I take your word for it. That is pretty fun. That's awesome. Frogged. I almost got frogged. Get fished. Oh yeah. Wishing I was fishing. Wishing I was fishing. Morning. I'd say good morning, but it'd only be good if I was fishing. Holy mackerel. I almost died right there. Ah! Stop! Ah! Yes! Yeah, LMAO, it has the Jonkler. I'm the Joker, baby. Well, that's cool. Who have you been playing the most? Or are you just kind of playing everyone? Hey, this song fits this. This is the one no, is it? Is this the one I won earlier? I thought it was called Final Boss, but I guess it's Castle Siege. I won this one before, so let's see if I win it again. That went so much worse than I did the first time. I got no excuse for that. Close enough. Not what I wanted to see. Not what any of us wanted to see. But at least I ranked up. Warm up, warm up. Yeah. Watch this. Watch this, everybody. I'm gonna continue getting crowns. Dang, both the ones I got crowns on, I died to upon trying them again. Feel like I could get a dub with you with everyone watching. Bit bam, bit bat boom. Couldn't have said it better, that old guy. You make a great point. The song is really nice, but I don't really recognize it. I wonder what it's called. Jarvis, tell me the name of this song. Iceland's the circus. Oh, I floated my way to victory. Ah! No. Alright, no one press the button. Alright. Hey! Hey, who pressed the button? Ah! Stop it! Ow. There we go. No, it all went wrong. That's better. Eight ball in the corner pocket. Yeah, let's go. Why do I know this song so well? Posture time. Gotcha. Thanks. Kind of hard, I remember. I'm not gonna get hit by that thing. Oh, I got hit by the thing. Uh-oh. Dang it! I suck at this one so bad. Oh, snap. is an hour-long level. What is the soundtrack? Ah! It's... Oh, no. This is not going good for me. That big bar pushed me back so far. This is from a game called Deltarune, composed by Toby Fox. Specifically, this is the Chapter 1 soundtrack to Deltarune. I think I won. Yes! There we go. It's pretty. Ah, I'm glad you like it. I was in the mood for listening to it. Look, I disliked this one. If only my rating mattered. Okay, I know this one. I played this one before. I can do it. I can do it. Yeah, this music is pretty. What is this? Okay. Ah! Watch out! Watch out! Ooh, there's ads starting soon. Boing. And a boing. Ah! I was doing so good! I don't know when this level ends, but I'm gonna try to reach the end of it. That was on me. Ah, jeez. There's the finish. Ooh, I did it. I did it. Look, I haven't played Fall Guys in a really long time, but they made these levels way more wild. Right? You're seeing this? This is not what I'm used to. I'm gonna dislike that one. It was a bit long and a little bit strange. These are insane. I know, right? Yeah. Blunder blocks. Avoid the moving blocks and don't get knocked into the slime. Alright. I can do that. This one's also relatively new. I played it before, but not very much. Here we go. That was a little scary. You dropped this. Oh, thank you.
The light is running low, and
Dang it!
Seem like fantasy. There's a light inside your soul.
I ranked up.
That's still shining in the cold with the promises.
Bronze. I'm bronze rank Fall Guy. Nice.
Don't forget, I'm with you in the dark.
I wonder what's the highest rank I can get to. Track attack. No sleep till gold. I'm in for the long run here. Nah, I wish you'd seen my crowns earlier. I got 2. I was so happy. I clipped them both though, so if you go to my clips, you'll be able to see it. They were both pretty epic wins, if I say so myself. But let's see if I get this. Hashtag proud. Yup. All right. Let's do this. I got pushed off. I got pushed off. Oh, this is not good. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Hashtag proud. Ooh. 23 remain. Bubble time again. You guys better call SpongeBob because we're bringing out the bubbles. How do I get that one? They're gone. The bubbles are gone. Bum, ba-dum, bum. The bubbles are gone. This is back where we were originally. I don't know how to get that one at the top. Oh, this song's so good. No! I almost had it! Oh, if I had just gotten like 1 or 2 more. Oh, so sad. Aru, do you want to join for duos? It doesn't have to be for long. I know, sad face. I know. I looked like I should. I looked like I was gonna do a win. I could do a couple. Cool. After this one, because I'm so good at track attack, I gotta do this. I got it. Let me turn on my computer. I'm in bed. Okay, okay. Let me know when you're ready. That was on me. I overcorrected. Hoshikawa Aru is about to hard carry. That's crazy. Dang, Stacy, it's like that. That's crazy. We'll see. We'll see what happens. The truth will be revealed in due time. Ah, yeah, I know you're kidding. Don't worry. What am I hearing? We're on chapter 2 now. Is that Goofy? Oh, this one sounds like Goofy. Let's go with that. Goofy is in Deltarune, confirmed. I did not expect to hear that. I did not expect to hear that. Bless me with the good hoop luck, Stacy. Do it so that I get all of the hoops appear next to me and only by me. Not doing bad though so far. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No! How did he get it before they rose up? You madman. You genius, you. Did I get it before Omni-Man? Think, Mark. Why did I get it after him? Come on, Mark. Mark. Oh no! Wait. Hold on. Quiet. Let's go. Hold on. No! That would have been it right there. Let's go. I cannot unhear it. Yes, the goofy laugh is real. OK Computer is on. You're listening to the album OK Computer? That's some good tunes, Aru. And I can approve of that. Good hoop luck. Look what you did. Positive. Look what you did. You gave me good hoop luck and I qualified. Nothing but gold. Let's go with that. I got nothing but gold. And I'm in the Christmas Bob official Discord server. Chat! The official Christmas Bob Discord server? Who needs a gold ring? Average hoop luck. Aru, I'm gonna join the Discord server and then I'm gonna screen share it so you can listen to these. Oh wait, yeah, so that you can listen to them. These tunes. Discord's taking a while to open up. I'll be... Oh yeah, you mean that old guy, you mean because I qualified without any gold rings? Who needs a gold ring? Yeah, I just qualified on my own. I just do what I want. Ah! Oh ye gods! There we go. Ah! Let go of me! Alright, alright. Turn off, turn off, turn off, turn off! Oh ye gods! We're safe. Alright. Good stuff, good stuff. There we go. Oh, I'm glad I'm not using my other controller because sometimes it would have stick drift and he would walk like this. Like right now I was walking, but sometimes when I take my hand off the control stick, he just starts walking in one direction on my old controller. It sucks. Oh. Alright, we're good, we're good. Alright, I think we're gonna qualify for this one. Just saying. Come on, Omni-Man. Stop jamming my flow, man. Just in time. What a star. Get away from me. They're trying to close me in. Here we go, here we go. And we qualify. Did you see the others you inspired to spin with you? No! Were other people spinning too? That's awesome. That's what's up. 5 remain. I have a 20% chance of walking home with the 3rd crown of the night. Ooh. Alright. Oh, yes, there were other people spinning. That's awesome. I'm glad I started something. I approve. Dang, I said I was going to stop at midnight. I mean, I won't go for too much longer, but I feel like I can totally keep going. Ha! No! Oops is right. No! No! Ah, rest in peace. Hello. Hold on.
Muted.
Hello, hello, hello.
You're no longer muted.
Nice. Good to see you. What's up?
I'm doing alright. How about you?
I'm doing alright as well. I already got some wins earlier in the night, so I'm not, I'm not crownless.
I heard.
But it would be nice to get a win with this dubs here that we're about to have. Oh, Stacy Joanne said robbed. Robbed is right. All right, let me invite you, Mr. Aru. Did you already go
Okay.
on your walk?
Yeah, a couple hours ago.
Hey, nice. All right, change game, duos.
And
Look at you.
ready.
Look at how festive you are.
True.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like.
Some guy came up and put a carrot in my nose.
Dang, that must have. Did it hurt?
When I fall from heaven, yes.
Yes.
Dub.
You weren't supposed to see through my plot so easily. I was robbed, Stacy, Joanne. You saw that. I was doing so good. But now, me plus Aru's strength combined is unstoppable.
Yeah, we're gonna mog everyone.
Yes, thank you. Mog. Ah. Why am I behind everyone? They're cheating. That's what it must be. They're cheating.
It's true.
They're wave cheating.
They've been doing that recently.
Oh shoot. Alright, I'm actually doing pretty good now. And I almost jinxed it,
Yeah.
but I made it. Alright. 24 points. You can just call me Stacy. It's cool. Alright. Stacy. Gotcha. Snowman. Look at him. He's chasing the fire guy. He doesn't even care.
Dub.
Is that a 7 I see? Lucky 7. That means it's our lucky run.
Easy.
Easy money.
Dude, why are we waiting for these nerds? The game should just move on without them. I think.
True.
What do we need them for?
They're just a bunch of
Right now.
nerds.
Top 12 qualify, but like, who cares? None of these
I know,
guys
right?
are gonna win.
Two of them have just default skins, colors.
Yeah,
skins.
I see the pink guy.
Yes. They're having trouble with a capital T. Come on.
Nana OTZ rookie.
Oh, the rookie is showing.
Oh yeah, that's the same one. Qualified naturally.
Stacy Joanne is too many syllables. Like, imagine how much time you could save. Gotta make you. Oh wait. Oh, first off, let me reply to that one. You're right. It's like all that time that adds up. Stacy Joanne. Yeah, Stacy. And then I can get to what I'm saying sooner. You're right. It's a time save. And then Stacy said, gotta make you watch how lame your competition is. Ooh. All right, letting them know that's what our competition is. Yay, a
Freezy
Christmas
P.
one. It
It's a
sounds
Christmas
like that.
one, dude.
Yeah.
You can't
It
mess up
sounds
here.
like I won't.
Are you sure? You've messed up here before.
Yes.
Come on,
Yes.
you gotta lock in, buddy.
I will.
Remember that one time where you were in that one streamer's like squad thingy, and
Yes.
this one came up and your controller was gone, and I was in the chat and I was like, "Come on, buddy, lock in. Come on, buddy."
I had forgotten
And you were like,
about
"Wait,
that.
my controller, my controller."
How would Deku talk about his controller? I was in shambles without my controller.
My controller doesn't work.
Exactly.
And I'm like, "Buddy, lock in. Tap into the
Lock in.
lore."
You're right. I'm gonna lock in this time around too. No controller Johns. When I went to see the Demon Slayer movie, I saw a preview before it for Howl's Moving Castle. Have you seen Howl's Moving Castle?
I've not. I've only watched one Ghibli film.
Yeah. Which one?
And it was Princess Mononoke.
Oh, that's a good one. There we go.
I
like Princess Mononoke.
Wolf lady.
With which lady?
The wolf lady.
Yeah, the wolf lady. Yes. And then the guy who gets a cursed arm.
Yeah,
or
to
something.
his arm.
Yeah.
Just like
Howls.
Link in
You
that
like
one game.
Howls too? Oh, let's go. Stacy knows what's up. A Howl enjoyer. What if one of the Fall Guys maps was Howl's Moving Castle and we had to like jump around in it?
I just imagine like, you know that one scene with Patrick saying like, what if we take Bikini Bottom and put it somewhere else?
Yes, I know that one.
And now we have to move the castle.
Oh, yes, I see.
Moving castle.
And move it somewhere else. There you go.
Somewhere else.
You've already
the
seen the
game.
movie without seeing it.
New lore.
Do you hear this Christmas music?
No? I'm not listening.
I'm screen sharing my music, and right now
Yeah.
it's Christmas music. Uh-oh. Sorry, y'all.
Lock
There
in,
we go.
buddy. Lock in.
I know, that was a really bad start. We're painting the town yellow. We're painting the town yellow tonight. I'm gonna go into their home base where they least expect it. Oh, there's a lot of blue over here.
Hey, Bob, have you played these games before?
I've played these games before! I've played these games before! No, this guy's trying to...
They're actually kind of mogging us. It's kinda
Yeah,
crazy.
this is not right. This is not good. I used to have a battery. I used to rule the world.
Chunks would load when you gave the word.
There you go. Cultured Aru. This little song is such a nice little song. I wish I had a battery. Everyone has batteries but me. Wow, we got
Oh yeah, we're done.
we got triple deep fried with a side of relish. Oh, I love Ghibli. Hey, that's awesome. Me too.
Unfortunately, this wasn't on us. This was just on the team being bad.
That was
That's how it is.
That was really bad, yes. Alright, let's try this again. That's cool that you love Ghibli. I like The Boy and the Heron and When Marnie Was There. I'd recommend both of those films. Kiki's is your favorite. Kiki's Delivery Service. Beautiful soundtrack. A little bit different from what we're listening to now. Da 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 da. Bum 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 bum. That's Kiki's. The Christmas music adds to the vibes. Yeah, that was. I should play that song more often. Stop it! I was gonna do the Squid Game reference earlier when you said it, but I was worried you wouldn't get it. I've played these games before. Yes, I have seen that meme. I haven't seen much about Squid Game, but I would have got that one. This song goes so hard. This song is so cool. Ow, I just got hit by a exploding ball. I am gonna dip and I'm gonna fall. How do I get up? I'm losing time here. You're taking too
Lock
long.
in, buddy. Lock in.
I needed that. Thank you.
You're wasting time.
I needed that, yes.
I'm already at the end.
You kind of are, though. I see you. Alright, this might be a bad showing for the Aru Bob team.
Come on, buddy. Oh, man.
That was on me. That was on me.
Bob. Can't be wasting time like this, Bobby.
Unlocked in. I was unlocked.
Locked out, if you will.
I was locked out. Can you lock out for me? Alright, but this next one, though, I got it. No more funny business.
If you don't get first place on this one, 5 subs.
Oh. Oh, jeez. You're insane. Stacy said, it's good. Highly recommend. Oh, very nice. I may check it out. I might even do like a watch along. And watch some Squid Games and see how it goes. So yeah, look forward to that in the future. Potentially. Okay. I've played this game before.
You played this game before?
Yes. You nailed it. This song's a little spooky. Okay, I'm locked in.
Oh, wow. Didn't see that coming.
You can say that again. It's not a good spot to be. You troll! Not you. Yeah, let's go. Hey! I told you I'd lock in, Mr. Aru.
What did you get first?
No.
5 subs.
Just like that. Come on, Aru, lock in.
I don't need
There we
to.
go.
I don't have 5 subs on the line.
Oh, you're right. That's crazy. Oh no, you didn't make it.
Yeah, I got the
I
timing
believe.
wrong.
Ouch.
I was close.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're all good.
We qualified anyway?
We did. We did.
No, that I
miracle.
didn't expect.
I didn't expect that neither. But hey, Leftover Toys is with us. There's someone named Leftover Toys. That's an interesting name.
Snowy scrap.
If someone wants to fight me in the parking lot, it's a snowy scrap.
If it's in like Texas, and it's really hot.
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean. All right, let's grow this snowball, y'all. You look so good in blue.
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
You look weird. You look like a spirit form of Santa Claus.
Oh, I like that. I see where you're coming from. Oh, this punk's trying to mess with us. I'll stop that punk. There's a couple of punks over here.
I think they should focus on their own ball, if you know what I'm saying.
They should.
Especially the yellow one.
Yeah, the yellow one is lacking right now.
There's 2 yellow ones actually. They're trying to stop us, buddy.
I don't
Buddy,
think
lock
so,
in.
pal. I
Lock
don't
in,
think
buddy.
so, pal.
Take care of your own home, buddy.
Ha!
Come on now. We aren't even pushing it, and it's getting snow. Hello.
There we go.
Easy.
Ours has little
They're
candies
first
on
place.
it.
See, yellow doesn't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing right now.
It's stuck. We are gods. I have been getting them. Oh, that old guy said Kirby Bucks haven't been accruing this stream. I received any this whole... I'm assuming you meant to say I haven't received any this whole time. But Stick Mom says I have been getting them. Maybe try restarting your app, that old guy. Ooh, this one! Another winter one. I'm always locked in when I do this one.
That's true. They've been saying that.
It's just one of my games. This song's kind of nice. Here we go, Santa.
That dude in front of you has Wi-Fi on his back.
Oh, so he does. Alright, that wasn't locked in for that moment. I wasn't. But now I am.
Don't worry, buddy. I'm locked in enough for both of us.
Oh, let's go. Aru. That was bad. I just did something bad.
Easy.
Easy clap. It's okay, nobody saw. Oh, okay, we're good. The emote. Easy. Easy. Yes, very easy. Pipe Dream.
Oh, this one? I've played it before. I kind of understand it. I think I understand it now.
Understand it now.
It's easy now.
You got it. You got this. It ain't nothing but a pipe dream.
When I think of anime women.
Ah, I know what you mean. Imagine if it
Probably.
wasn't just a pipe dream.
True.
That'd be so nice. Here we go. Whee! Yay! Whoa. I got hit with a water balloon.
Almost there.
Oh no. Alright, come on, Aru. Beautiful, beautiful.
Easy.
You swung us into third place. Alright, there's only 2 more people. And if they manage to get third. Alright, we did it! Wait, what? What the flip?
That was really funny timing.
No, that just happened. Oh, geez.
Their
But,
partner probably was higher, so their sum score was better.
Right. Now I gotta watch the next game start because it didn't let me back out. Right? You saw that, Stacy. That was bogus. Bogus out loud. Now I'm just stuck here.
All right, Bob, this is the last one.
Okay.
9 to 5 and junk.
I understand.
Hit now.
I understand it now. Alright. I will make this a great last one.
Better. You better.
I believe it will happen.
Trucketh attacketh.
There you go. Now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
Mm-hmm.
I've never played this one, I don't think.
You haven't played this game before?
No.
Well, it's pretty straightforward. With a couple twists. Oh!
I don't get it.
Follow my lead. I don't get it. You see, it's not a straightforward path. It twists, it curves. You have to, kept going straight. You die. I got pushed off by the masses. Now we're back in business, baby. Whee! Launch into the stratosphere. All right, Aru, one last slide stands between you and victory. There you go. 7th. That's a comfy 7th right there. Alright, I like how things are going so far.
But
Qualified!
I would say overqualified.
Oh, I like the way you think.
I simply have better skills than your average player.
Ah,
That's what I
that was perfect. It ain't nothing but a pipe dream. Smoke cigar.
Well, we still did pretty well last time, so all things considered, it shouldn't be all that difficult here.
Yes. Very good point. Whee! Oh no, the fans. That was That was a big time loss.
Oh, you lost time in the any percent speed run?
I did. It was totally preventable. But I'm still doing pretty good. Rotate. There we go.
Shit. I forgot there was a bar at the end. Kidding me.
Come on.
No, we were together there for a second, and then I let go.
That would have been poetic. Oh
Nice.
no, we only went up to 10. Dang, I thought we did pretty good on that one. That's crazy.
Oh, what the heck?
Right? I
All right.
felt like we both did fortuitously.
One more.
Yes, the one more. Let's go.
For the bit.
Let's do it. And keep up the winning streak. Connecting to server. You are a snowman, in case you didn't know, man.
Really rude, Bob.
Oh, I know. I'm working on it. Alright. This is gonna be it. We're gonna do so good.
Roll on.
Spooky awe music playing.
Have you ever heard the song Float On?
Yes.
Modest Mouse?
Yes. And we'll all float on over.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I totally heard it. That's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna float on.
True.
Okay.
True and real.
I'm gonna beat Hello Kitty and Squidward.
Well, hold on. Oh, don't put disrespect on Squidward's name like that.
Real.
There's no need for that one.
I know what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Oh no, I just jumped right into that. That was awful.
Oh, you're kidding me. Behold.
Now's your chance to be a big shot. Oh no!
Come on, buddy. Lock in. Lock in for me, buddy. You can't let Miku beat you.
Oh, that was...
Alright.
What?
That works.
I did it.
That was an interesting save.
It was. I didn't expect that to work. But it did. Alright, did Hello Kitty and Squidward qualify? They did.
Heck yeah.
And Hatsune Miku.
Oh man, I suck at Oopsie Legend.
Oopsie Legends comes to curse us all. I believe though, Aru.
And you do?
Yes.
How hard? 1
I
to 10.
believe 8 out of 10.
All right. That's could be better. Could be better.
You're right. I'm gonna get this one behind us
Go
like
behind.
immediately. I think you got it.
Yep.
Prop. I see a gold. And I couldn't get there.
Are you sure? Because we jumped to 8 points. That's quite a lot in the realm of gaming.
In the realm of gaming. Alright. 9 out of 12. Dang it. I should have got that one. Oh, good job. You got us up to
Just
10.
2 more. Ah, crap. Wait, I got it. Ah, I don't got it.
That's okay.
Just one more.
Uno más.
Nice.
I got
Good
it.
job.
Thank you.
This one person sniped the one I was going for.
Oh. Thankfully, I found one pretty easily. Ooh, the elephant and Miku tussling, but neither of them got the one they were looking for.
Miku made it.
Let's go. Oh,
Miku didn't make it.
Miku did not
But
make it.
Squidward
Right.
did.
Yep.
Dub.
Dub. This sand song is really motivating me to do good on this one.
Star chart. Do you remember when Fastra did her Sans impression?
Yes, in the middle of her sentence too.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Alright, tell me what the path is, Aru.
Okay. Forward. Forward. L, please. Forward, forward. I fell.
Oh, shoot.
Diagonal to the right. Diagonal to the left. Forward. To the right. I don't know. But I'm gonna gamble it and say forward. Nope. I'm gonna go forward here. Nope. No. Over here. I think I figured it out. Yeah, where we were, go to the right and then diagonal to the left.
Oh,
And then up, I think. Oh, is it over? Did we make it? Dang it.
how did we not make it, man? Oh, I thought we had that one.
More game.
Yes. Let me exit. Dang, I gotta watch this whole cutscene.
You gotta be ready for it.
You're right. All right, we got this. What did you have for dinner today?
Well, let me send you a picture because
Cool, yeah.
it was. So, if you're looking at it,
Ooh.
ramen noodles, but with Campbell's noodle soup.
Oh, really?
I was really lazy, but I really wanted like the slurping from ramen.
Yes.
So I was like, I don't feel like making a soup. I'm just gonna make the noodles and put Campbell's noodle soup over.
Ah, I see. And how was it, my lad?
Legitimately not bad.
Hey. That's awesome. I don't know if I would have thought of that, but Campbell's.
I was very surprised at how decent enough it was.
Yeah.
It just tasted like Campbell's noodle soup, but with ramen noodles.
Right.
And weirdly enough, they absorbed the flavor well.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't expect that all that much. How about you, Mr. Bob? What did you have for dinner?
That would be chicken wings. 5 garlic parmesan, 5 Korean barbecue. And man, let me tell
Oh,
you,
from,
that Korean barbecue, I can mess that up.
From the Stop of
Hey.
Wings?
What?
Is it from the Stop of Wings?
Oh, no, it was homemade, actually.
Oh wow! Look at you,
Homemade
gourmet
wings.
chef.
I
Ooh
know,
la la,
right?
wee wee,
And the like.
and such. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and you know, henceforth, I mean, and so on and so forth. You got this, Arathan.
Dude, I don't think I do. What the heck is this game, man?
Oh, jeez, you fell.
I don't know what I'm doing, man.
You got 20 seconds to qualify. I believe.
Watch this.
14,
On
13.
Skibbity.
What?
Corner game.
Let's go. I got the exit.
Yeah, there you go.
I finally locked in. And pressed it when I needed.
And yeah, gourmet chef. Good stuff,
Yes.
man.
Yes, they're delicious. I had 5 and 5 of each kind of wing.
And you said it was barbecue and what else?
Oh, garlic. No, chicken. Parmesan.
Wow.
On.
Look
so,
at you.
Like I took it out of the bags and then microwaved it, coated the wings with the seasoning or sauce, and enjoyed. And I messed those things up down to the bone.
That was crazy.
So yeah.
I used to have a roommate. You may know him. Who used to work at Wingstop very characteristically.
Okay.
You might know who I'm talking about.
Maybe.
He was pretty funny, you know, like, because some of the things he would do because he would work at Wingstop is, you know, obviously he'd bring back like leftovers or the orders that people didn't pick up or whatever.
Oh, gotcha.
And one time we both really liked lemon pepper wings. I still like lemon pepper wings.
Yeah.
And This guy, he was like, I only have one or two or something like that, or maybe there was like a real like actual order, but there was an odd number.
Okay.
I don't quite remember the story anymore, but I do remember there was one wing left, and it got really
Okay.
intense, and we got really quiet because we didn't want to like kill each other over it, but at the same time, it's a
There
lot
was
of
one
pepper wing.
left.
And so we decide, in Smash Brother player fashion,
Oh.
to money match for the wing.
Hey. I can get behind that.
So we grab our controllers, we get ready, and we both select random,
Oh.
and we money match for the wing. I think I got Meta Knight. I don't recall who he got, but I
Right.
do remember one thing.
Did
I
you
won.
win? You won. Let's go, Aru.
And I ate that lemon pepper wing in front of him, and I licked it clean.
That is what's up. You earned that. Fair and square.
I earned that. Victory wing. True.
Yes. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Ow.
I probably Fortnite danced all over.
I approve. Ouch.
Bro, come on. Don't let him hit you like that.
I know. It won't happen again.
D-Man 5005 got eliminated. How do you feel about that?
It makes me feel safer because I was worried about him being a threat to our dub.
I just watched this one guy just jump off.
Wow.
You just said, all right, I'm done here.
I wish I saw that. That's
I'm
one way to go.
assuming
That's
he
one
was
way to
going
go.
for one of the like bouncy thingies.
Right. And he just
But
jumped right off.
this guy with a Cuphead skin just absolutely just jumped off. Said I don't want this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Joey Chow, welcome
what?
in.
Yeah, you got disqualified.
Oh, let's go. Welcome in, Joey Chow. Hope your night's going good. How are you? I ate a panini today, or a panana as they call it in the humble land of anime. That sounds really good. What was in the panini, Joey? Stacy said, victory wing! Flossing on that chicken wing. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Alright, now we just gotta survive. No problem. For a couple of guys like us. There was tears in the panini? I had chicken wings, as we said, and I also have, what else? Something else.
Hot dog and bologna.
Chicken and macaroni.
Chicken macaroni.
Hey, I forgot what I had for lunch. I just straight up forgot.
Lunch. Oh, I had sandwiches for lunch.
Sandwiches.
I'm going on a trip, or well, a work trip to Las Vegas starting
Ooh.
Sunday,
Uh-huh.
and like Monday, maybe Sunday, like this past one,
Mhm.
I ran out of groceries.
Oh, really?
But I'm like, I'm going to leave, so I don't want to go on a grocery run and like restock and just have everything be like expired or
Ah.
like halfway to expired by the time I come back.
yes.
So I'm just
yes.
like, I bought bread
Uh-huh.
and ham and that's just gonna be it. Or well, that was it.
Bread and ham.
I leave to my parents tomorrow, and you know
Oh, okay.
all the other stuff. But I've
Gotcha,
just been
gotcha.
doing ham sandwiches for
Any
lunch
cheese?
with cheese. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's always mayo, mustard, ham, and cheese.
That sounds pretty good. Solid sandwich. Joey Chow said, I think it was roast beef, cheddar, provolone, red onions, garlic mayo, and lemon vinaigrette. That sounds like a great
Onions,
panini.
yucky node.
Piñana. What'd you say?
Onions are yucky node.
Oh, onions. Haha, I see. I am an onion enjoyer. That old guy says, finally got some Kirby bucks. I'm glad. That's good to hear. I'm gonna survive this one, and I'll win Kirby bucks for it.
5 subs if you don't.
Ooh.
Are you up to the challenge?
The 5 gifted?
Yeah.
I think so, because I'm doing pretty good here.
Oh dang, he's getting confident, chat.
I think I'm gonna qualify this one for sure.
Oh, 2 people died.
Ooh.
Top 4 qualify? I think we already qualified then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're definitely qualified by now.
Yeah, we'll just run out the clock.
You didn't survive. 5 gifted.
Oh
That's
no!
You gave up at the end.
You weren't supposed to see that, Aru. How did you see that?
It came up in the chat.
Joey says this red creature intrigues me. And he's talking about my emote. The red creature. I'm glad you're intrigued, Joey. Hexa ring.
Final round. Final round.
I will try my absolute best. Dang, I've streamed an hour longer than I was originally gonna. It's been 2.5 hours. What? I've just been playing Fall Guys, bro.
You remember our first dub was like the ice version of this one?
Yes! I clipped it too.
Yeah, exactly.
That was so awesome. Alright, but like you said, it's just a rolling version of the ice one, so we got this.
Oh, shit. I messed up. was
Ah,
trying
I
to be
see.
greedy and such. That's okay. That's okay. You're still in. You're still in. Oh, dang. Oh, dang. It's getting spooky.
No, what?
Oh, man.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
I thought we had it, Aru. I thought we had it.
Anyway.
That was a good run. How did you die?
I was stupid. Didn't realize that it was scrolling, and I was like going all the way over, and I'm like, oh sure, I'm still fine to just go up,
Right.
and I wasn't.
Well, thanks for joining, Mr. Aru. That was some
Yeah, for
fun
sure.
duos with ya.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
And I appreciate the additional games past what we originally planned. Those one mores. And that was a good last one. Good one to end on.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Bob, you have a nice night.
You too, Mr. Aru.
Head to bed. EP is soldier.
EP is soldier. Mm-hmm. All right. I hope you get some good sleep then. Good sweet
Probably
dreams.
won't be able to tune in for a little while because of the trip.
Gotcha. That's
But-
totally understandable.
Good luck on all your streams.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I hope your trip goes well. Keep me updated. All right.
All right.
Good night.
See ya.
But see ya. All right, Aru's out. Let's see if I can end on a dub. If not, I'll probably do like one or two more. I thought I chose duos. Why is there 4 people? Did I do squads? Huh? I don't understand. No! Got it. Okay. Stop, 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 no! Oh, that really sent me back. Check this out. Check this out. Seconds left. Going to qualify. Plus 18, that's pretty good. Wait, we got it, we're 9th. I remained there till the end, and we did it. Squad's tied, what? No way. Alright, like Aru said, I have done kind of bad on this one before, so we're gonna have to see if that streak keeps up. Come on! Through the fans. Up onto the big fan. Through the precarious platforms, over the snowball, or rather around. Oh, jeez. go. Alright, I made it past the punching gloves. Alright, my squad guy made it 3rd place overall. Nice. The silly ramen guy. He's trying his best. Oh, his whole outfit's made of food. It's a cake on the bottom and ramen on the top. That ramen skin is so cute, right? It is. Soccer ball. We got this. There's no way we will lose. Oh, the whole arena's low grav. We're tied. What the heck is that? What am I hearing? Uh-oh. We're gonna lose. Dang it, man. How is the yellow so good at defense? We qualified? Oh. I thought I lost. For some reason I thought I lost that one. Oh, it's this one again. What a one to end on. Way to take the W. If only. That will be my last game for the night. Thank you, Stacy, Joanne, Joey, Chow, That Old Guy, Hoshikawa Aru, and Stick Mom. All of y'all for coming in. I really appreciate it. Yeah, this was a fun stream. GG. GG is right. It was a well-fought battle, but unfortunately, I lost. I did make it to the end, though, so I'm at least happy about that. Let's see who we can raid. Good night, Bob. Good night, Stacy. You are pretty cool. Thanks for hanging around. And that old guy. You did good. Thank you. Have a great rest of y'all's night, and make sure that if you are ever finding yourself listening to one of the best game soundtracks of all time, that you take care out there.
I stream mainly art, but today is fish only some Fridays. So you guys get to fish while I do stuff off the screen. I get things done. But thank you again, Bob. It's been a while. I hope you're doing fine. Some Fridays. Good to see. I love that. Hope you well. Thank you again for your stream for the raid and bringing your community over. Yes, so nice. I was about to dissociate myself, and I'm like, you know what? Just hit the stream button. Hi, yeah. How are you? Shout out if I can. Just started streaming too. Thank you. Oh, and if you need to go, please go ahead and decompress and do what you need to do. Don't let me know if I call you back. We're just gonna chill today and do our own things. So people usually just let the stream run, but I appreciate it. Thanks again. Hello, Peanuts. Hi everybody. Happy Friday. Bye bye. Bye bye. Chi bye. Lizard. Yeah, feel free to fish. It's free to fish every 180. I think I can open it real quick. It's been a while since I checked. But I should be able. Oh, I did not. Cooldown is okay. Now it's half the. Usually I do it